Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on what time you're watching this next episode from me, Avomance, in my Avomancia solo survival series. Yep, we are building up this peninsula into quite a nice little area. We've got lots of things going on. That Christmas tree won't be long before we turn that blooming thing on, will it? And I am on the veranda of this floor of my house, which is very nice. You can see in the distance all my other stuffs. Now, today I'm preparing for something that I need to properly tool myself up for again. So, however, if you look at my experience, it appears to be a little low. Now, there are lots of ways in which you can increase your experience. You can use furnace arrays. They're really, really good at getting experience. You can get all kinds of experience out of them. Or you can use going around and whacking loads of mobs. That's also a very good way of getting experience. However, it is very risky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a new mob farm. And this is the fun bit. I'm going to make it up as I go along. Yeah, this could go horribly wrong, but I've got an idea in my head that's sort of based off a mob farm I did before. But we're going to try and have a go at it and see whether or not we can make a mob farm up kind of off the top of my head. And we're going to do it not over the land, kind of just a little bit into the sea, not miles into the sea, just a little bit. So come on, let's crack on. So I have come out to a platform that isn't that far away really from the peninsula. It's out fairly far from most land masses, but what's most important about this particular spot is if you look over here, we are over a ravine thing, and on that ravine thing, I'm just going to crouch because I don't want to fall in. You can see there's magma blocks down there, which means underneath us, we've got bubbles going downwards. What that means is that any drowned that are directly underneath us are going to get sucked down, which means they're not going to be close to this particular area here. That's what we're trying to achieve. We don't want the drowned anywhere near us because we've got to build upwards in that direction. And the further up we go, basically the more of a pain it is for me to make the lift. So we are going to go up we're going to create ourselves a bit of I guess you call it an elevator, and we're going to use speedy stuff to make an elevator. So let's crack on. So what we've got in this chest is all of this stuff. Now I know for a fact I've forgotten something. Without question, I have forgotten a number of things, but we are going to try and build this up from what we've got here. So first off, I'm just going to take out my cobble and my 2 buckets, and I'm also going to take out 1, 2, 3 and 4 loads of glass for now, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to have my elevator bit here on the corner here, and what that means is, hang on, where's me doodah? Okay, so I don't want those. Actually, I do want the water, don't I? So let's put those like that. I can do without the bread for now. I'm not that hungry. Get rid of that, and the silk touch pick is the one I want. Right, so we're going to have, I'm going to put that cobble there just for lols. What we're going to do is we're going to create ourselves a area that is that, and that, and then that. Okay, so that is kind of our area right there. This is going to be our elevator. Then we're going to have that, and that. All right, so you got it sus so far. And what we are going to get is we're going to get some signs, which I didn't get out of my chest, did I? So signs, and I'm going to shove a sign there and there. I'm going to call this up. I'm going to shove a sign there and there. I'm going to call that down. All right, so that's the upside and that's the downside. But you know, Avomancia, there's never any downside. That's the worst joke in the world, by the way. Right, so what we're going to do is here, we're going to shove a bucket of water there. I'm going to come along and shove a bucket of water there. What that gives us, you can see, is an infinite water source. So when we come in, we can take from that, we can put a water source there. I can put a water source there, and that creates another infinite water source. And then what I can do is I can just make up this a little bit higher, and I can just keep on going pretty much for as high as I want to go, because especially if we roof that off like that, there we go, so we can just carry on making this sort of shape for as long as we want. And we can go quite high now, because if we go high enough, we can just lob ourselves off, and after we've lobbed ourselves off, if we go in this direction, we just fall in the water, and we can just build it up as high we want to go. So it's dead easy. So I'm just going to make this, where's my F3 screen? So we're currently, so it's about 65, the surface of the water, which sounds about right for the sea, and we're going to go up quite a lot. So I'm going to be back when I have towered up quite a lot, and by quite a lot I mean quite a lot. So I'll be back in a minute. Actually, it'll probably be a lot more than a minute. I'll tell you what, this is hard work, because getting this all sorted like this is not easy, and you are like bobbing around like a nutcase. There we go, there's another one. Get rid of that one, and I've still got loads of distance to go, but at least I'm kind of almost there. I properly overdid it. I properly overdid it in my height, and now I'm basically bobbing around like a complete nutcase in the middle of the air, hoping that I don't drown as a result of overdoing it. But we'll carry on, we'll get there, we'll get there. So we managed to get to the top, and I've put a little platform. It's 9 by 7 in cobble with just the 3 water holes there in the way. So that is quite high. We are on level, what are we, about 175, 176, level 176. So obviously I ran out of glass. I had to go back and get several more stacks of glass, and now I'm at the top of this very, very tall tower with really only one way to go. So I can't go down that way, because if I go down this way I will probably drown, even though I do have respiration 3 on my app. But I think the best way is to lob myself off the edge. But I'm just going to lob myself off the edge that's closest to the boat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lob myself off the edge of here, and then I can go and get more stuff, and I can get this thing rocking. So let's just jump. Hopefully we don't run in the bubbles. I do love that. Oh, that's a properly... Look how deep you go. Wow, you go really deep when you jump off like that. That's cool. Okay, so there we go. So we are up. Amazing. And what we're going to do is we're going to get a magma block, and we're going to get our soul sand, and we're going to hope to high heaven that this is going to work. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to be really, really, really sad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that out. That goes up like that because blocks float. I'm going to get that out. That goes up like that because blocks float. This is the up. So I'm just going to, hopefully this is going to work. We'll put that there. That should start to give us bubbles that go upwards. And then I'm going to put that there, and that should give us bubbles that come downwards. Now I'm hoping this is going to work. So for those of you that were screaming at the telly, yes, I did. Look, it's there, but I think it might be too late because I've not slept for a couple of nights. So let's give it a crack. Let's go to sleep. And I think I'm going to get attacked whilst I'm sleeping. I just got a horrible... Oh, I didn't. Oh, I got away with it. Properly got away with it that time, didn't I? Right, anyway. So I reckon that's probably working quite well. Look, we've got a shadow there, though, that I don't like very much. I'm just going to light up this platform because this platform is begging for mobs to spawn on it. We'll do something a little bit later on to stop it being a spawny mess. But at the moment, I really, really, really don't want mobs spawning down here too much. So let's just test. That's what I was going to do. I was going to test this, see whether it takes me up to the top. So let's go. You ready? We're going. It's taking us up. It's taking us up. It's taking us up. We should be all right. We should be all right. It's taking us up. Am I going to drown, or do you not drown when you're going up in a soul sand bubbly thing? I don't know. Oh, that was brilliant. And that doesn't look like it's got everything going, does it? So no, it does not. Right, so we've missed out on a source block somewhere for that. I wonder where we missed out on that then. I'm going to have to go and do some testing. Is it that one? Or is it... Hang on, I just need to know which way I'm going. It's that way. Ready? Way! Woo! Oh, that was awesome. Look how deep you go. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Right, so I'm just going to come along here. I'm going to get myself out. We have got bubbles going downwards, but I don't know how far. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to... Where's my water buckets? I've got them. I'm going to have to get proper clever here, because I reckon I've missed out on one thing. I wonder where it is. So let's come up, but let's come into the side. Because then, look, so already we are... So if I get out of that, I can see we're losing out on bubbles. Where are we losing out on bubbles? We're losing out on bubbles on that level. That's going up quite a long way now. It's crouched so as it doesn't kill us, and then we get out. Right, so has that worked, I wonder? We might have to do that a few times, mightn't we? So let's go back up again. It's going to be fun. We're going up. Looks like there's a lot of bubbles on the other side as well, which is great. I think we might be all right. We might have sussed it. Just one that I missed out on. Brilliant. Oh, the bubbles are so close. Are they there? Put a bucket there. Has that made any difference? No. I reckon that might be it. Let's try. There we go. So that's taken us down. It takes us down really fast. I'm pressing crouch so we don't get done by the magma at the bottom, but that's putting us right down. Oh, it takes a lot longer to go down than it does to go up, doesn't it? Blimey. That's quite fun. I quite enjoy this. This is a laugh. Right, so in pressing crouch and ow, ow. Oh, it just got me then because I stopped pressing crouch. So there you go. I think that's quite a good job there. I'm quite happy with that. So now what we need to do is we need to get ourselves, well, I picked up the 2 blocks. We need to get ourselves a load of stuffs because we are going to start to create the actual mob farmy bit. And what we've got to do, we're going to have to create it so as we know where the collection bit is. Should be around about central here-ish. So I reckon that, let's say there. So what's the block for that? So that's minus 27480. So minus 27480 is where we want to kind of have our collection system. Right, so I'll be back when I've done a little bit more. So I got a bit carried away and I've built a kind of thing up there because I thought, you know what, I don't want to have any spiders, but what I do want to have is plenty of space to be able to spawn a load of things in. So I'm going to have to create a way of not getting spiders spawning, which I think is not too difficult, but I'm going to have a crack at it. But I'm just going to go back up. I've noticed I'm getting a number of fish coming up, and I even had a dolphin jump up and down on the platform a little while ago. So what I've got here is I've got my little kind of section that I'm going to be bashing things. I'll just close those up like that, and then I don't get... then it's all nice sealed system that I can open it up whenever I'm ready. If I don't want to do the kind of XP collection, I don't have to. What I can do is I can switch the lever and that opens up the hole to go all the way down. In fact, what I am going to do whilst I'm here, I'm just going to make sure I know exactly where this gap is. And I'm going to lob 5 loads of sand down there. I'm going to close it up like that. So now even baby zombies can't get out there. I don't want to have spiders because they'll climb back up the tube. So what I need to do is I need to create a clever way of not having stuff like that. So I'm just going to tower up. I've got quite a fair bit of stuff at the moment. Coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. Oh, that was quite handy. Look at that, right in the corner. So what I've got here is I've got a tray that is going to push any mobs that for... Uh-oh, that's not good. You can get away from me. There you go. That's what I want. I want you to not be around. Okay, so he fell a lot. Never thought, of course, this is going to be spawnable blocks, aren't they? Goodness me. Right, so let's just put some light on here. All the way around. Try and stop these spawning as much as possible. Oh, let's Grab myself another one of those there. Spawn there. There, and there. Now I am actually a little bit concerned. Is this going to be right? It's F3. Let's look for the light levels. Okay, so 13 block, 14 block, 13, 12. Yeah, doesn't ever get to 7. That's good. Doesn't get to 7 there, not even close. And I'm assuming here also it will not get to 7. Okay, that's brilliant. So what I do need to do is I need to build this up one more level. So actually putting those torches there was not such a good idea. Get rid of that F3 screen, for goodness sake. So if I build this up one more level, that will stop any mobs that fall in being able to crawl out the side. Of course, I now have to put more torches on, which is fine. We can do that. Stick that there like that. That can go there. Right, so and then get that one as well. No, not there, for goodness sake. Although that would be fine. Get that there like that. That like that. Those torches are going to fly off that way. I might get rid of that one, actually, just in case. Let's carry on. Cover it around. So just bear with me, people. Just get on with your washing, or maybe have a telephone conversation. Whatever you do, don't leave the channel. And that there. Okay, so there we are. We're all right there. We've done all right. So now what I want to do is I want to have it so the drop zone of the spawners up there, which don't have to be very high actually, are going to be kind of pointing over this section. So if you can imagine that the back of the drop zone is going to be here, and we're going to have a drop. Hang on, so let me think. So if I come along, done it again, for goodness sake. Right, I know what I'm doing. I do know what I'm doing. It might not appear so, but that's going to be coming out there. That's going to be coming out there. And I'm going to do that on either side. I'm going to go up probably 3 or 4, I reckon. 3 or 4. That'll probably do it, actually. Except I'm now going to hurt myself when I go down. And I'm going to create these chambers. I'll be back when I'm part way through so you can see exactly how I'm trying to do it. Right, so I am now on the roofy bit. So if I come along here, you can see what I've done. Hoping there's no monsters, because I am properly, in fact what I'm going to do is I'm going to shove a light there, and I'm going to shove a light there, because I've got precisely 0 weaponage, because I put them in the chest down the other end. So I'm just going to put some light here, just in the hope that it stops anything untoward coming to try and eat my face. So what I'm done here, so I don't want spiders to spawn, like I said. So what I've done is I've separated into chambers that are 2 wide. Can you see? So they're like 2 wide there. Because I'm fairly sure, tell me in the comments below if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly sure you have to have 3, you have to have 3 wide for a spider to spawn. It always used to be like that anyway. I don't know whether it still is. So I've done the same on the other side. So in the hope that theoretically we shouldn't get any spiders spawning and we should just get the normal mob spawning. It's too high as normal. I've put a water bucket in all of the dispensers already, you can see. And now what I want to do is I want to get some redstone on. So I may have to go back down and get more redstone because I may not have enough. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put redstone there and there. Redstone there and there. There and there. There and there. There and there. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. There and there. 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 So what I'm going to set up here is a hopper clock. Because I don't want to have to do it myself. You know, I don't want to turn it on and off. I want to do it so as it's all on its own. So I'm going to get some bits and pieces for my hopper clock. Need that as well. Right, okay, so hopper clocks. Let's put one hopper there, another hopper feeding into it. Pick up that hopper and feed that hopper into that. Then we have to get, hang on, where's my comparators? There they are. We get a comparator coming out one side, looks like that, and like that, going into a block like that. That then turns on a torch, I think. Is it a torch? Is it a torch? I'm now doubting myself. I don't know if it's a torch or not. I think it might be a redstone dot actually. So then that goes onto a redstone dot. We then get a sticky piston in line with the comparator there. In line with the comparator there, and then you get a redstone block there. I think that's it, isn't it? Is that it? Let me just shove. Let's shove a few things in. What should I shove? Let's put 30 items in. Yeah, that'll do for now. So if I put 30 items in there, that puts that across that way. And then eventually that should come back the other way, right? That's how it should be, I hope. If I've done it right, that's what should happen. So I'm just looking at that. That's coming down 16, 15. Let's take those out. And it goes the other way. That's going the other way. Just watching it just for a sec, just so as I've got it completely right. Otherwise, I'll probably go completely mad. Oh, I've got a bit of glitching on the pistons there, but that's fine. Okay, so let's just take those out. And I'm going to put that hopper back in that one because I'm sort of ready for that. So we're going to have a redstone signal there. And another one there. So that's on. As a result, you know what, I'm going to have it on the off bit so as it doesn't trigger automatically. So that is on. That works fine. I'll probably put 30 is probably about right. And then we want to put in a splitter, don't we? So if we put that like that there. So we've now split that signal. So we can put, there we go. So now what we're going to do is we want to create basically create just a single pulse from it. So we want to turn it on. Well, it's not so much a single pulse, but we just need to make sure that one pulse goes in the right direction and the other one goes in a different direction. So what we're going to do is we need to, hang on a minute. So that's where we need to go. So we need to connect that up there. So if that can go into a block, we can suck the signal out of the block that way and come along. Right, so let's just test it by putting a redstone torch there. Did that fire all the water off? No, it did not. Alright, because of course I did it, foolish man, because I didn't put the repeater in, did I? Right, so let's get that out there. Let's put a repeater in there like that. And a bit of redstone in there. There we go. So that puts the water in all of those. Okay, so that works fine on that direction. And now all I need to know, all I now need to do is to get it going in the other direction. So I'll be back when I've sorted it out. Right, I've sort of sussed it. Now, this is, I think, officially described as a redstone mess. But it's functional, not aesthetic. What I've got, I'm going to take you through the circuit right from the start because I'm pretty sure it's working. So what we've got here, this is a circuit that will allow, hang on, let me just, I just realised it won't work if I don't put anything there. This is a circuit that will change a solid pulse into a single pulse. So a solid signal into a single pulse. That's what that will do. And that kind of, obviously the redstone will cause a solid pulse. So that goes up there, it becomes a solid pulse. This then turns into a single pulse going into this block. This block then has the signal sucked out of it in 3 directions. One of those directions is here. and that goes along. I can hear all the mobs down underneath me. Look, that goes down there and runs along. Now I have put, and I know some of you are going to say, but Avo, you don't need to do that. But what happens sometimes, I've found, I don't know if any of you have found it, whether it's as a result of lag or some kind of Minecraft confusion, but in 1.13, sometimes if you just lay redstone across the blocks that are next to or on top of the dispensers, they don't always dispense properly. They get confused. But if you have repeaters going into the back of the dispensers and power those repeaters, they do work. So I've got that, and I've got the same going the other direction. And then what we've also got coming around here, hang on, doing right, what we've also got is a delay signal. So this delay signal comes out the side here. So this is like a second pulse. Think of it as a pulse splitter. That goes there. I'm delaying it, I'm delaying it, I'm delaying it with loads of repeaters. I delay it more going in that direction. I delay it more going in that direction. And that, I've done my little cobble bridge there to go over so as I can get across. And yeah, and that's how it's working. I think it's working quite nicely, thank you very much. And all I need to do now is to put something into this hopper clock to get it going, and then I'm going to launch myself off the side into the water and get myself to my basically to create that collection section right at the bottom. Collection section, that's a rhyme. So what have I got? I'm going to use I'm going to use 20 blocks of dirt, I think. That's, no, 25. I'm going to use 25 blocks of dirt. That's what I'm going to put in to make the hopper clock work. So what will happen is that'll eventually fire off. I'm going to stand on the glowstone. I've obviously had to light it all up to stop mobs spawning on the roof. That's going to fire that off, and we'll see what happens in just a minute. Come on, move across. So I wanted it nice long time, so there's plenty of time for the mobs to spawn inside. Come on, switch. It really is long, isn't it? Blimey, maybe 25's too long. What do we reckon? Nope, there we go. So that's done that. You can see, you heard all the water dispensing. And then this is going to bring the signal back in again. There we go. And the water gets retracted. So that gets ready for the next time this pulse gets turned off. So that will go across, and then it will come back over again. And you know what, I reckon 25's too many. I reckon 25's too many. There we go. So I'm going to take, I don't know, maybe 10 out. There we go. We'll have it 15. I reckon maybe that's better. And that'll give, I can still hear growling, which means they're already starting to get jiggy underneath me. Eat your bread, man. Come on, eat your bread, man. Eat your bread. Oh, that bread's not, I reckon I've got a little bit of lag, actually. Right, so what I'm going to do, so I'm going to find a nice drop-off point. Which I reckon, is going to be the other end. I reckon. Let's have a look. Where's my drop-off point? I reckon is there. Or I've got to be careful of the bubbles. So I'm just going to run and jump. There we go. Whee! We're going in. Dive. Whoa, look how deep I went. That's superb. And we're coming up. We're avoiding. Oh, I've got a bit of a... Watch those bubbles there, mate. Right, so I'm coming along this way. I'm coming along this way. I'm coming along this way. I'm coming past my... Oh no, we've got dolphins banging around there, look. We've got all kinds of stuff that's dropped there where I tested it. It works beautifully. Now what we've got to do is we've got to create the collection system here. This is what I want to do. It's a collection system right here. And we're going to do it by building it up. And I've got... hang on. Let's see. I've got... What have I got left in this chest? Okay, let's just use stone. I had to go and get a load more stuff. So let's use stone. So we're going to make a stone kind of area around here, like this. There we go. So that's great. Collect those up as well. So, and then what we're going to do, so that's the entrance there. So it makes sense to have I got? No, I've not got yet. There's my chests. Let's have those. So we're going to have I reckon we're going to actually do a number of chests here. Why am I not eating? There we go, that's better. Right, so we're going to have a chest there and a chest there. We're going to have a chest... Oh, no. Shift, chest there. I still need to do another row. Like this. Or do I? Hang on a minute, do I have to do this? Yeah, I do have to do this, actually. To make it look like it's not really horrible, I have to do this. So if I then... Hang on, before I do anything, I'm going to put a torch in there to light up the underside. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put stone all around, simply because I just don't want to see all this bareness. It just doesn't quite sit well with me. And then we're going to have that there, all the way around, like that. Then, ouch. Then what I'm going to have here, I reckon we're going to have a set of steps. Like that. There we go. So that's going to allow us to come up onto the top should anything miss. But it theoretically shouldn't miss too badly. Right, so let's just punch everything. Where's my sword gone? Oh no, please don't tell me I've lost my sword. That'll be so gutted if I've lost my sword. I've lost my sword. Oh well, such is life. We'll have to go and get my sword. I'll be back in a minute. So we're heading back over. I've managed to pick up I've had to make a new sword. I've not picked up a sword. I've had to make a new sword because I don't know what happened to my sword. That had like enchantments and stuffs on it. Well, it's just as well I'm getting this XP here in it. Otherwise, I'd be properly messed about. Anyway, so you can see we've got nothing in these chests whatsoever. So we've got some choices. So I'm just going to go up to the top. We're going up. I turned particle effects to minimal. Reason being, I was getting a little bit of lag, partly because of these particle effects, I'm not absolutely sure. But also partly because, well, I don't know. Now, things are already falling. So that implies to me that things are falling as a result of just kind of falling out on their own. They're not being flushed out. I said the flush is working already, innit? Of course it's the flush is already working. So just to explain what I've got here, you can see that we've got these mobs here. I've got this lever here. That drops basically any mobs when that lever's open. It turns into an automatic mob farm for like mob drops. You don't get any XP from it, but they drop all the way to the bottom. I don't know if I can actually see. I might not be able to actually. So let's have a little bit of a shift click. So they drop all the way down to the bottom. I can see, look, on there. And that theoretically should collect their drops like that. So that's quite nice. We like that. But then, if you want to do it for XP, you close it and you get ready with your sword. Now, this isn't like mad millions of things. Remember, this is a pulsed thing. But when the things do drop, they'll drop at a fairly steady rate. So I'm just going to wait for a little bit whilst I'm waiting for some mobs to drop. You can see the mobs coming down there. So then all you do is you come in at the bottom, you give them a bit of a whack. Because they've fallen a little bit, they're already damaged. There we go. And we'll have him as well. There we go, and him as well. So they keep on coming. There's another one there. There's a zombie there. So you can see it, and when you're looking up, you can sometimes see them coming along in that glass bottom pool. Now, the only reason I made that pool glass bottomed is so sometimes I'll be able to see the nasties coming to get me. They reckon they're coming to have a go, but in reality they're not remotely. And then, look, there's all these drops here. Then what we can do with the drops is we can open it up. They fall through, except the odd one that maybe falls a little bit close, and you can pick that up like that. And they will fall into the collection system. Crouch. Fall along here, look. They'll fall into that collection system and will be collected into the inventory the same as anything when it's open. So, oh, look, we've got a creeper. Let's have a pop at that fella as well. Oh, position, bash, sorted. And there we go. So we get an XP. So I'm going to get some full-on XP now, I reckon, because I need it really, really badly. So I'm going to spend a bit of time doing this. And as a result of that, I think hopefully I should find I got myself quite a nice amount of stuffs. And you thought I wasn't going to do it, didn't you? Oh, yeah, you're not fooling no one. You thought I'd completely forgotten about the mate space. Well, you're right. I had completely forgotten about the mate space. But I remembered before we closed the video off. So we are back in the mate space. And I've got a very, very, very special mate space for you. Now, this person that's been around for a little while, certainly, always comments on the videos, always has actually some really good advice, not just for the community, but for me as well, which is actually quite important given that I am officially rubbish at quite a lot of this stuff. So today, it's episode 49. Can you believe it? Episode 49. What's all that about? But today, it is Colourful Bear. There you go. You are in the Mate Space, CB. Congratulations and welcome. The club is becoming slightly less exclusive than it used to be, but it is still great that you are here, and I'm really, really grateful for all the support you give me. It is much, much, much appreciated. Anyway, let's get back to that brand new XP/mob farm malarkey thing that I don't think I can quite see. Can I see it from here? It's probably just a little bit too far, isn't it? No, just beyond the render distance. Oh well, let's go back there anyway. And I reckon that is a good job, well done. Look, there is a right old load of stuff going on behind me there, right grumpy. Oh, there's more falling in. And I've also think I might have had a bit of an idea for a fish farm. Because, look, you can get bone meal out of fish farm. That could have been better timing, could it? That was absolutely superb timing. Well, that puffer fish is having a right old bounce around as well. Look, that's hilarious. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this video, I'm going to go and bash those things behind me in a minute. If you have enjoyed this video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you've enjoyed it, and I will keep on making this Avomancia series. Also, if you've not done it already, please do remember to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell. It'd be great to see you in my sub club. And I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.